Hi Dasa, so glad to see you again on our retreats, and I'm fascinated about the deep remembrance of the self, and fascinated about hearing examples of people who actually go through it, so we can perhaps inspire the others to do it. So I know you had this experience, and I just wanted to
Yes.
if you could share it with us.
Yes, I had, because I've been doing Kundalini yoga for over 8 years, so I've been having lots of past life kind of memories. And one of them was on this retreat you were running last September. So
Wow.
so that was kind of clarifying, really. I had that memory before, but one of your meditation about the Buddhist monk under the oak tree was beautiful, and it was just popped out this bigger Buddhist monk, and it was one of my past lives, and I think based in Japan. I've sort of figured out where it was. And then another past life experience was a French woman in some sorts of not monastery, but anti-Christianity movement, shall we say.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had some sort of one more, which was I don't know if it was past life, but energetical sort of sense of belonging to one of the different realms, civilizations as well. So.
And how do you distinguish that is actually a real thing, or is it just kind of
fantasy?
Fantasy. How do you feel it? How do you know?
Yeah. Well, now it's quite easy for me to tap into akashic records, and basically I sort of had to, when it was my own past life, I wasn't aware of anything before, but then once the memory comes to you, you sort of work with the information, but now I'm kind of, if it's for collective benefit, I'm tapping into other people's past life, perhaps.
So you do it for others as well?
Yes.
Yeah,
not like on a grand scale, but mainly if I'm teaching class, it's just spontaneous, really, because I pick up people's energies anyway as being an empath.
And this meditation which we did on the retreat with the oak trees, and it is about remembrance of the past life, and it's that remembrance of that practitioner within you. Did you realize it straight on the place, or was it something later on came to you?
No, it was straight there, because obviously the information was drip fed before to me. So when that you sort of you did guided meditation, and it just came up a bit more with more clarity.
And did you manage to create any breach with this reincarnation of particular practitioner? Because we know that those reincarnation have some level of wisdom,
yes.
which have been developing. And
yes,
do you think you could be able to draw on it anyhow?
Yes, definitely. That's why I was so enthusiastic doing the especially White Tantra, because it takes after you sort of purify your body, then you sort of get fascinated by meditation, or I did. And I was like asking myself, why are other people not so fascinated about like sitting in meditations? And yeah, it just came to me in one meditation in my tantra that, you know, I've done this before, you know, that's why I find it so easy. And yeah, just connect to that kind of Buddhist background, lineage.
Yeah. Did you find that the lineage you were practitioner before comes easier in this life? Or like the practices which you perhaps did you find any practices which you practiced in other lives, for example?
Yeah, I mean, like you know, you draw those talents from these past lives, but because perhaps I sort of got other lineages as well. So yeah, but this one was like the key one to start my spiritual journey. So yeah, it was quite a major thing for my, you know, because you know, it always starts if you've got some sort of health problems and you don't know why it's happening to you. Always some sort of information in that, isn't it? Just to understand and learn some more in this life, you know. In this life, I'm not a Buddhist monk. I'm not even a man, but I'm drawing the wisdom from that. And I do, you know, when I see other people's wisdoms, you know, it's amazing to be able to see that. And quite frankly, you know, not many people know about this, you know, and it's nice to talk to you about it because maybe you can share what your experience would be. How did you?
It's fragments as well. It's fragments, and I think more with the practices you do. It's just some of them are just clicks, and then you can find the thread beyond, and that's very helpful. And that's in a way the message of Sadhama, where you find your own path, your own practice in a way according to your character, according to your personality, according to your karma, according to all those lives. So that's ability. That's why we also do this meditation, in particular, to try to remember that past, or perhaps sometimes even future. In Sadhama Pundarika Sutra, for example, is saying that we all sooner or later become Buddhas. That's enlightened, they also describes that people are sent under the trees, so that when the Buddhas comes, they all get enlightened under the trees. So, in a way, this is
you feel calling to do that meditation under the trees because it comes to you probably.
Natural, and very natural to kind of offer it to people.
It's beautiful because. Even just connecting to the tree, which we've done in the spring after the sweat lodge. So going inside the oak tree, you know, it became part of it, and it was a totally grounding experience to be part of the nature, part of this beautiful Mother Earth, you know. Because, you know, you can be connecting to the universe almost too much, to the point that you're kind of levitating above and, you know, you're sort of having a hard time to ground. So, just connecting to the elements as well, like was my latest kind of journey. The water, air, and earth, and fire.
Which we did quite a bit
here,
isn't it? It's all about connection with those elements, with the fire ceremony, with the water swimming, and pranayama, air, and grounding with the earth, with the trees and stuff. Do you think, if you have like few words about the retreats like what we do here? It would be
Yes.
good to hear.
Yeah,
about
it's
how
really nicely placed. Obviously, the location's beautiful by the River Thames, the camping field right next to it, and then the beautiful food grown here organically. It's like cooked with all this Ayurvedic wisdom. It's so special. It really is. You've done so well. You know, just in between those beautiful meals, a lot of activity going on in terms of meditation, different types, which is really quite nice. Just to have the variety, so people can experience what suits them. And also it implements the earth element, you know, it's, you know, just connecting to this nature here. It's just stunning. And yeah, so just finished a Gong Meditation, which was very powerful. Had shamanic swim this morning, really cleansing, letting go of stuff and connecting to the element of water. So it's just such a nice balance, it really is. And it's very local to me, I don't have to go too far. So that's a big bonus as well. So yeah, I would recommend it to anyone who is trying to find themselves a bit more, want to have answered some questions about themselves and the life around them, and yeah, make some new friends, and create some lifestyle which is more in harmony, and connect to their own wisdom, really, and their truth, you know, because we cannot get swept away by society's truths. And it's important to remember our roots, where we came from, so we can be stable and we don't get swept by addictions or, you know, traumas, which we all carry. We're all born human here, so we all had some. Yeah, we'd like to invite everyone. Yeah. You know, every time we had the good weather.
Yeah, even if it's not necessarily good, we've got the cover.
Yeah,
we've got it covered.
Yes, you've got it covered.
Yeah.
Lots of like marquees, pots, and you know, you're always very resourceful, and because you live here.
Yeah, thanks to community, really.
Yes.
The chairs is brought, well, neighbor made themselves, the craft work, so all that beautiful community when you're in there, it's flourish.
Yes,
so.
Yeah, it's important to create these communities. We've got one going where we are, and just connect, you know, that way. So just to remember all the love and, you know, all the support we need, you know, especially at times of, you know, what's been happening in the world. Very important. I grow my own vegetable too, so it's very grounding and having a nice sustainable kind of living lifestyle. So important.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me. It's such
beautiful,
a
much
pleasure.
love, and hope you bring this wisdom from all the past lives into here and
thank you. So,
flourishes to help others on the path as well.
yes.
Blessings.